Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to main assembly, and today we're going to be attempting to build a rocket-powered flamethrower tank with a fully articulating turret and everything. It's definitely going to be a test of my experience with the mechanical parts for sure, but first I want to point out that some things have changed since the last time I've been here. First of all, the sun's starting to set, and there's hangars on the airstrip now, and there's a big ice wall next to the airstrip now, and if I come over close to it and you listen very, very carefully, you can hear the ice settling. Is that ominous or what? So yeah, it almost sounds like there's about to be an ice avalanche. So hopefully that's not going to interrupt us. I feel like this is new too. This rock archway, I don't remember seeing that before. So it seems like they've made some adjustments to the Sandbox map, so that's pretty cool. They've also made some adjustments to the save menu, which looks pretty nice. We also have a workshop page, so there's no actual workshop yet, but now we know for sure that they have plans to be using the workshop. And they have this cool new feature as well that allows you to create your own icons for your things. So if we go into the flying pancake, for instance, and load this, now I can hit this camera button here. Oh boy. And then this gives me a camera. So then if I want to take a nice screenshot, let's say from so I take a shot just like that, and now that is the thumbnail. And then any changes I make to the vehicle will also still have the same angle. So I thought that was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and start a new bot, and this one is going to be a tank. So here's my plan. What inspired me to do a tank for this episode was I was looking through all the stuff that I have, and one of the things was the cockpits, and I was like, this is a cool cockpit right here. And then I just placed it like that, and I'm like, that looks like it belongs on top of a tank turret. And then I thought, since there's no actual projectiles or anything, I figured we could actually use the boosters as kind of like a cannon, because you can see it kind of has like a cannon-ish aesthetic to it, and it shoots out flames and fire. So why don't we make a flamethrower tank, and then just for the sake of being excessive, we can also make it jet-powered. And then I get to mess with tank drive and things like that. So for this one in particular, I'm not going to model it after anything. I'm probably going to make it look a little bit weird intentionally or accidentally. I'm not going to have any references. I'm just going to build to my heart's content, and whatever we come up with is what we're gonna have, okay? So enjoy the process. Here we go. Okay guys, so quick progress updates. I built the cannon part so I can articulate the cannon up and down as desired, and then I can press space and we get the flamethrower aspect, and I think it looked pretty good so far. I just wish those extra parts of the thruster weren't like sticking out of the cannon, but there's not much I could do about that at this stage. So I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. So now I have to attach this to a body of a tank somehow, and also make it articulate back and forth, and try to make the tank have tank steering and all that fun stuff. So let's get back to it. Okay, so after I finish shaping the turret, which I really am starting to like how this is looking, I'm running into an issue, and the issue is placing a centered mechanical piece disables mirror mode for me for some reason, and I don't know if that's just because I don't know what I'm doing, or if it's just an unintentional side effect of the game right now. But basically, I have my servo here that my turret's gonna rotate on, and in order to build off the servo, I need to put a chassis down right there. But now you can see if I build off to the side of the chassis, it does not mirror it, which is going to make it extremely difficult to make something symmetrical if I'm not in mirror mode. So I'm going to try something. So I'm going to try to trick the game into thinking I'm building on the turret still, which should give me mirror mode. And then when I'm done building the actual body, I'm going to try to separate it from the turret and then attach it to the servo. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but wish me luck. I froze the game. I think I broke the game. Good. I hope I saved the turret in its current state, because we're gonna have to reset. So apparently the method to trick the game is actually a method to break the game. I'm glad I tested it first before I went through the entire process of building the actual body of the tank. Yeah, okay, so my plan to trick the game isn't gonna work. What I did was I had this attached like this, and then I detached it by deleting these, and that's what broke the game in the first place. And I was hoping I could just use this separate piece and attach it to the servo, but it's still reading it as part of this piece and not part of this, not something that is part of the servo. So it's not gonna let me attach it that way, unfortunately. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? I don't know what just happened, but I clearly broke something. All right, I'm just gonna Control Z a bunch of times. Okay, there we go. This is good enough for me. I think worst case scenario, I'd rather have a symmetrical tank than a tank that has a rotating turret, to be honest. So I might have a static turret for this if I can't figure out this issue, but I'm gonna try a couple other options first. Okay, just had a quick chat with the developers, and they actually informed me that symmetry mode only currently applies to the root chassis, and it's something that they are working on. So for now, we have a static turret. So let's get building the body then. Okay, guys, so I got the general design now, and I think it's ready to be programmed. I just gotta figure out how I'm going to program the tank steering using the programming system. So I really like the way that this looks. It's kind of like a really futuristic alien type tank design. And as you can see, we got a bunch. There's a new wheel that they added called the tiny wheel, and even the tiny wheel feels really, really big in comparison to this. All the other wheels were sticking out, even the small wheels. So this is supposed to be like an airplane wheel, apparently. So I have a lot of these in here, which means I have a lot of programming to do with all of the different motor powers. I'm going to try to figure out what the best way is to do the tank steering. All right, it's not perfect, but I have a decent tank steering system going on. The only issue is that it doesn't really turn very well while you're going forward, so you have to kind of let off the gas in order to turn. It's kind of hard for me to explain, but if you want to see the programming, this is the programming I've done. I have W and S going straight through to all of the power to make both sides go forward and back. And then I have A and D individually going to both sides, but then one side, the signal gets negated. And then this is just added with the W and S, which I think that's the issue, the add that I'm using. That's the issue that's making me not be able to turn while I'm going, but my brain's not coming up with an easy solution to change that. So for now, it works. Doesn't have to work great, it just has to work, and that's what we got right now. So we haven't made it jet powered yet, but we do have, as you can see, the tank steering, and then I can control, oh, there we go, I pressed the wrong buttons. I can control this to go up and down, which I think works pretty well. I might want to limit that just a little bit more so that it doesn't actually collide with itself, and I can do that. Another cool feature that they've added is the ability to hide anything while you're building, and this doesn't actually delete the part, it just hides it so that you can actually work on things through it, like this servo right here. So now I can click on this, I can change this angle to, I don't know, I guess we'll go 15 degrees, and this one, I guess we can go 10 degrees down. And if I press Control H, it unhides everything. And see if these angles are good. Okay, so go up. All right, that's as far up as we can go. There's a slight collision, but I'm okay with that. And then down, and I think that is pretty much perfect. And then we press space to do our flamethrower. Oh, I have to turn the power on that down a little bit. All right, 0% power. There we go. Now it doesn't actually affect us, our movement or anything. It's just aesthetic. Okay, so now this is our speed. And it's pretty fast, but I think we can do better. So let's go ahead and slap some actual rocket boosters to this thing and see what they look like with this the shape and everything. And hopefully it doesn't look terrible. You know what? That actually does not look half bad. I kind of like that look right there. All right, so let's line ourselves up here. Here's our normal speed, and then let's go ahead and add the boost. And it really doesn't seem to do that much, to be honest. Oh no, what happened to my barrel? My barrel got dinged up somehow. Well, still works though. All right, so without using my wheel motors, the boost actually does work on its own. Actually, this is interesting. Ooh, that didn't sound good. Oh man, the whole front of my vehicle's gone. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I just found out that the motors kind of work like electric engines do in ScrapMan, where they have a fixed max speed. So if I use my motors while I'm using my thrusters, the motors are actually overriding the max speed of the thrusters. Because see, if I press the thrust, nothing happens, but watch when I release my wheel power. Now suddenly we can go much, much faster. So I guess you can kind of look at it as two separate mechanisms of propulsion, and you have to choose between one or the other, either the thrust or the wheels. So I think it's only natural that we take this thing off the ski jump, just because I feel like this is the ultimate way to test out your creation, is take it off the ski jump. So let's bring it over here and watch it fly. So I'm gonna use just the thrusters on this so we can get maximum speed. Oh no, my barrel is already all dinged up. All right, and here we go. Oh! We're going, and oh boy. Ooh. I like how we stayed in our little cockpit seat. Well, that was fun. So now I actually want to take it off the top of the mountain. Now get a little bit more tumbling action going on. Oh, there's wind up here now. Do you guys hear that? Last time I played, it wasn't up here. Oh, and look at this. They took some of the feedback from my last video where I said we needed like a plateau up here to actually spawn our vehicles. And now we have ourselves a little plateau and we can spawn our vehicle up here. Oh, that is awesome. Good job, guys. All right, here we go. This should be fun. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, 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 everything fell apart on that one. All right, and we're gonna roll a lot with this seat. Oh, oh, are we gonna, oh, ooh, right on the corner. Oh man, I thought it was gonna be a satisfying landing on like the down slope, but nope, we just hit the corner. All right, man, he must be really, really dizzy. All right, well, let me know what you guys thought of it. Definitely hit the like button if you enjoyed this build, and leave some suggestions for other builds that you'd want to see in future main assembly episodes. I am just loving the build system in this game. If you want to see more main assembly videos on the channel, then you're going to want to check out this playlist right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.